Hey guys, welcome back to One All's Pub. So I was thinking the other day, what if you had to sell off a bunch of your knives? I mean, something came up, some emergency in life, or some big bill that you didn't expect, something that just, made you realize that the only way I can really generate a bunch of cash in a short period of time is to get rid of my knives. Now, there would be certain knives that you just couldn't part with. So my question is, what would be those knives out of your collection? Which would you just absolutely have to keep? They're not negotiable. These are the ones I would keep. I'm not putting a number on it. I'm not saying it's got to be 5 or 10 or 3 or whatever. Maybe it's 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or whatever your number is of the knives in your collection that you got to keep. Which are they? Well, in my case, those would be the following. All of them. Ha, no, obviously not. No, but this is my knife collection. This is my Pelican 1300 case. And these are my knives. If we can get my phone to focus, there we go. So which of these many knives would be the ones that I just couldn't live without, that no matter what happened, I got to keep some. I got to keep these particular ones. In my case, it comes out to 7. I need 7 of these knives. Those 7 are the following. In no particular order, my Philholter Fricky Folder. I love this little knife. This would be a knife that, push comes to shove, I'm keeping it. This is such a great secondary EDC. This is in my pocket. I might rotate a lot of primary EDCs. This thing is in my pocket almost all the time. This knife is a keeper. I gotta have it. So that's definitely one. Alright, next. Which one? Well, again in no particular order, so I'll just grab at random. How about Spyderco Domino? Yes, it's a relatively new knife, but if you've watched any of my other reviews or my other videos on this, you know that I love my Domino. I have 2. I'd have to keep at least 1. Domino is such a great knife. So yeah, that's definitely at least, that's one of mine for sure. How about the next one? Well, again, in no particular order, I'm just going to grab them randomly. How about the Benchmade 940? This is a relatively new acquisition in my collection, and already it's rocketed to the top of the list. This is a lifer knife. This is just one of those knives that there's no way, now that I have it, that I would not own one. So yeah, the Benchmade 940, definitely one of my must-keeps. Alright, let's keep moving along. No. Well, obviously we know I have to have at least one hinderer. So we'll just grab one at random. Honestly, I don't know which of the ones I would choose. Forced to choose, I'd make my choice, but since I don't have to, I'll just say I'm going to have at least one hinderer XM18 3.5 inch. So yeah, that's definitely going to be a knife that's on the list for sure. Frankly, the hinderer is just kind of my grail knife, and no way I'm going to live without that, so that's for sure a keeper. The others, I'd sell, but got to have at least one. Alright, well, in true hinderer fashion then, I like the 3.5, but this little 3 is also pretty dang cool, so I think I got to keep the 3 as well. Yeah, I think so. Definitely got to have a 3 inch. Okay. So there's a 3 inch, that makes a couple of hinderers. What else in this list of stuff? Well, how can you not have a pair of 2? I mean, the quintessential Spyderco, right? This is the Spyderco to have if you're going to have a Spyderco. If you're only going to have one, you got to have this. Now, I'll admit, the Domino, and I've got my lowrider clip on it, of course. The Domino has actually supplanted the Pair 2 in my favored Spyderco position, but that said, yeah, the Pair 2 is a must-have. All right, that's what, 6? So one more out of these. What do you think? Well, it obviously has to be the Chris Reeve Sebenza in my case. Oops, failed to deploy. The Insingo. Yep, this is definitely a must-have. I cannot get rid of this one, so definitely going to keep the large Sebenza 21. All right, so we'll remove this. Lay out our 7 here. Sebenza Insingo. XM18, 3.5 inch Spyderco flipper. Benchmade 940. Spyderco domino. XM18 3-inch slicer. The Spyderco paramilitary and the Fellholter Fricky folder. Those are my 7. In your case, it might be 3, it might be 5, it might be 15. I don't know. You saw my collection; it's not enormous. So these 7 represent pretty much everything I gotta have in a knife in various different formats. These are the ones I would choose. All very EDCable. All certainly worthy of keeping in any collection, in my opinion. But what are yours? Let me know what you think. Post up in the comments below. I'm interested to see what you guys think and what your magic number is and what those are in your number. All right, that's 1 all 2 cents, guys. Keep the change. Sláinte.